more than about 45 minutes max, probably less than 45 minutes as we did last year. The purpose of this is really to dig a little deeper than the qualitative research that the questionnaire that Daniel will be sending out, because that, it doesn't give you an opportunity really to do sort of, ask questions more than just sort of a linear way. So I have a few questions I want to ask. Some of them are similar to last year, some of them are a little bit different, so bear with me. So I'm going to start first with people who are, working at the front line, and I have 4 questions, and then I will, you're an executive director here, who else is you're an executive director here, and the 3 of you, so I will be asking the 3 of you, and I'll really focus on the male viewpoint as well, since you're the only male here.
I didn't notice that.
Okay, so I'm going to start with the frontline questions first, and there's a lot written about motivation generally, but there's not a lot written about in the field of social work what motivates people to get into social work. And so I want to kind of start with that question. And if you could just take 30 seconds. Do you want me to read all the questions first, or should go one? I'll go one question at a time. Otherwise, right? So take 30 seconds just to reflect back on when you started your career. What were some of the things you had in mind? And anybody can go first.
When I started, it was because my kids, and they were the ones that made me see life in a different way. So the reason that we do what we do is because we want to make that difference. Because we see so many children stuck in the generational cycle of poverty. And it just keeps on seeming to go on and on and on. We know it's like destruction, so we just wanted to really provide as many opportunities as we could to help get those kids into the next level.
Well, I sort of got interested when I was much younger. I was a kid. I worked at overnight summer camps in Ontario and at a camp called Bhayana. And they had what was called the Project Rainbow, which is where they had campers that had different abilities be integrated into a regular cabin life. And I just really loved seeing, all of their creativity and potential that someone had seen in them and given them the opportunity to try to, attend a camp like that. And so I started working directly with them in a one-to-one sort of opportunity, and just saw the gratefulness and the hope that their parents would have. With some of them, the first night they had to themselves in 15 or 16 years. They'd never been able to even sit down and watch a 30-minute show before. And this was their first opportunity, and just seeing the impact that it had on both the camper and the parents in their community and the family and all of the other campers at the camps as well. It just really inspired me to sort of get into this field a little bit more and try to impact other people's lives in that way.
Anyone else?
That's such a big question.
It is.
I'm going to try to put my answer get brief, but I'm not going to be able to do that. I think for me, my childhood experience, I had early childhood trauma and was raised by a single parent, and my grandmother actually helped raise me and my sister as well. And I think the early childhood experiences I had definitely made me want to work with kids who were also experiencing the same things. And I felt social work would be a great avenue to be able to do that with the values that I had around social justice. That really aligns with my spirit, and I want to make a contribution in the community and their children and youth.
Thanks for sharing that so honestly. I really appreciate it. Trina?
Yes, I kind of got into it because I saw some gaps in the community for kind of kids in the youth. I saw a lot of have-lots and have-nots, and continuing to get to the same level of kids in the community.
For equity. Yeah. Do you have any thoughts?
I got into it because
Could you speak up because we
Oh,
want you to get the
sorry. It was a lot to do with kids. I've been around kids since I was a kid, and just want to do better for them, make things better for them in any way I can.
So there are a lot of people here who were really focused on kids, so that's
Mhm.
very, very interesting. Yeah. How about you?
I think it was just always my like to just help people. I always wanted to help people. It was like philosophy. And then just influences in my life, people who guided me, and lots of situations that I would to happen to somebody else. So, and just let that happen, and this is where I am.
Very good. Okay, so it's one thing, you know, when you think back, and you know, I go back like 30 years in terms of my own motivation, but what one starts out with versus what you continue can often be the same, it can be different. So take 30 seconds to reflect on, okay, you made a certain decision to go on a certain career path, and why are you continuing? What's keeping you going now in terms of motivation? What's the momentum? What's the drive?
There's still so much need. Everything's not fixed yet. Some problem solved, so it's not fixed on the front.
And you see the looks of kids' faces.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can hear you.
You see the looks on the kids' faces. And it's just so rewarding. It's really rewarding.
When I first got to the nursing, I had a hard time accepting new kids here and the one boys missing.
So you've grown personally yourself a lot.
Yes,
Mom's very old school.
Sorry?
Mom is very old school.
Yeah.
Well, I started with kids, but I actually work with teens and adults now. And when I moved to Nova Scotia, I found that the kids were more easily integrated into sort of everyday programs, but as they got older, there just wasn't the same sort of support or patience for them as when they were kids. So it just sort of naturally happened that as one of my respite clients grew older, there was nothing for him. And so we developed a program that was like a work, recreational and life skills program that sort of got me connected with the club. And as we've grown, the club has grown, and we've really moved into more of our day program stuff, which has been really exciting this year because it's people that have more significant needs or complex challenges that have been denied at places like Prescott or Dask or New Leaf because of their behavioral needs or their physical needs. So it's a really, left out population that we've been able to support and, show that somebody believes in them. And I think that's why I keep doing it, because we keep finding more and more people that, are on the fringe, or that people have been said, sorry, you're too hard, we're not going to look after you, we're not going to encourage you. And that breaks my heart. So I'm just so glad that the club can continue to bring more and more people in and offer more and more programs.
That's amazing. Now what keeps that connection?
Some days it's tough,
I
some
guess.
days are more challenging, but I think you just genuinely have to love what you do. You have to love the people that you work with and the things that you believe in. So I'm pretty lucky. Not everybody gets to have a job where they get to take everyone to the public gardens and walk around in 18-degree weather and just really watch the happiness unfold. And that's just one of the things that we do. Oh yes. So in my line of work, I meet a lot of wonderful people, and I also meet a lot of very judgmental and not so nice people. So we went on a walking trip to the Tim Hortons down at Mumford from our location, which is on the Halifax Rotary. And we're quite a crew. We have 5 of our members that use wheelchairs. We have 1 or 2 that have significant physical walking needs, as well as some that have behavioral needs, which may mean that they scream a lot or cry a lot or just don't always have the most easy behaviors. So we walk into Tim Hortons and we're all very excited, and we make a bit of an entrance when you see us coming in, of course. And a man walks up to me and says, like, who's in charge here? And I immediately just sort of got my back up, ready to like say, we have just as much of a right to be here as anyone else, just ready to lay down the law. But he says, I'd like to buy Tim Hortons for everybody in your group today. And he hands me some money, and I just went from like just ready to fight to just like so touched, and yeah, just teary and just so thankful. And you know, just those little things where people in the community recognize and you know, see the potential really keep you going, and it's the goodness, I think, in people that is so wonderful. So.
That's a beautiful story. And it shows the different sides of you. So well. I know. Ready to sort of back right off.
Yeah, that's right. So just thank you.
Anyone here ready to sort of share what keeps you going? You know, you've been in the job for a bit, or you know, been in the field for a bit, and what keeps you going?
I think for me, the same reasons that I started doing it continue to motivate me, and just working with kids and knowing like just the value of the connection and belonging that they have, having a safe space to see their other parent, that motivates me every day.
For me, it's seeing the kids succeed, you know, whether they're doing a little bit better this year than last year, having a better time, you know, at home or at school or making friends. Every improvement that you see with them is what makes me
So there's a sense of reward. You're being rewarded.
definitely.
Enjoy.
Kids, just seeing the smiles on the kids' faces when they achieve something, whether it's a tiny little craft or something bigger, the joy they get out of it.
Yeah. Any other comments?
I think for me, it's when things are really, really difficult for some of the women I work with.